But with the possibility that I might not have anything to sit on for this afternoon stream.
I mean, I know a lot of people that have been getting the desks that raise and lower so they could stand up while they're doing everything.
I really considered, I'd have to really retool everything. Because this desk is reasonably modular, and in theory, it could be retooled to be a standing desk. And a standing desk would be a lot better for me. Says the guy who just broke his previous chair.
I'll be right back. I just have to mix up some tea.
We're still on a 5-minute break. It doesn't matter.
Well, I'm just saying, in case he does come back, you know where I am. Well, you'll be able to see me because my camera points right into the kitchen.
Silly me, I turn my camera off when I'm AFK.
Yeah, not me. It's just a blank room. I don't care. Also, I think the Mafia is after me. I placed an order on Grubhub, and Melchizedek is out to get the food. That seems like a trap.
I can't really comment on that. And how's the chat doing?
Apparently there, at least one person is staying in the territory where Griff is evacuating from. It's a Cat 4. Do not hang around.
Is it only Cat 4? I saw some really nasty reports this morning.
What do you mean only Cat 4? Cat 4 is like a medium strength tornado.
Well, they were saying things like certain areas will be non-survivable.
Yeah, no, I mean, they were saying that for a Cat 4. I mean, Cat 5 is the one. Cat 5s have come through. Yeah, like, no, if you've ever seen... There were images of Myrtle Beach that was completely... The whole city was tore apart. Like, they had to rebuild it completely for, like, 2 different Cat 5s that came through here.
Man, I hope everybody's alright.
I mean, Cat 3s are where I get a little concerned about maybe evacuating. Cat 2s I'll stick around for, but a Cat 4 is like, get the fuck out of there.
I mean, at the risk of some TMI, when the Cat 4 hit, what was this? Like several years ago, we did have high winds up here in Ohio. The fence that borders my property and the next blew down.
Well, yeah, because I mean, it's like sustained 145-mile-an-hour winds. That's a medium-strength tornado, and tornadoes fuck up everything in their path.
They really do.
I've never lived in a tornado or a hurricane, but all I've had is earthquakes.
My life is a tornado/hurricane. I live in it. No, I mean, hurricanes spawn tornadoes as well, so...
Another reason to have legged vehicles, to get back on topic here, it might be that the legged vehicles can also do that hunker down thing, because you all play StarCraft, right?
Nope. Yeah. What, are you talking about the tanks?
Siege tanks, oh my god, that was so awesome. Because, speaking of tornadoes, tornadoes appear where you have large flat areas, so nothing is there to interrupt the wind flow, and a large amount of temperature inversions. Say, I don't know, a very hot planet with very cold air above it. So I can only imagine the tornadoes they get on this planet.
Yeah,
that's
fire
very
tornadoes,
possible.
Why not, right? Filled with sharks.
Well, not so much sharks, but I'm thinking if this is a mineral-rich world, I'm thinking lots and lots of sharp bits of metal.
And obsidian.
Well, I mean, yeah, but they'd also be spitting it out in every direction around them as well. So
Thank
it's
you.
not like
Obsidian and shale, which are sharper than steel edges.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Just being in a shower of obsidian, that would be positively delightful.
I mean, it's not so much getting sucked up into it; it's also the fact that it's spitting it out at high speeds. Everyone, you've seen where a straw needle, or a pine needle rather, will be taken by a tornado or a hurricane and just go through like a wooden pole, you know.
I've never heard of that.
Oh yeah, no. The high velocity wind will take even a pine needle and push it through a telephone pole. Is what I was trying to think of.
Holy crap! I realized how deadly that makes Storm from X-Men. Then, because she can just be like, "Oh, I'm undefended. What about these pine needles?"
I mean, she is an Omega mutant, Omega level mutant.
No.
Yeah, I mean, there was that bit in the, wow, I'm so old now, in the 2000s era movie, where it's like, we need to destroy the entire Air Force.
That's true. All right, so did you guys decide if you wanted a legged vehicle or a hovercraft vehicle? You guys were kind of chit-chatting about that.
Oh well, we need to find out what Ognar is offering, because our first choice will be whatever Ognar gives us. If we have to steal something, then we worry about it. If Ognar is going to provide us with one, we'll take what he provides. And if Ognar is giving us a choice, guys, I would lean towards the hover vehicle because it's faster.
Yes. Okay. Makes good sense to me.
What about? But G-Min is our driver, so what would he say?
I mean, again, I don't like the conceit of the hovercraft because they're so easily taken down. Like, it sucks in air and then shit gets pulled into it, you're on the ground and your vehicle's worth nothing. You might be able to do a three-wheeled vehicle with the tires gone, but I mean, a hovercraft will get you nowhere.
Hovercraft are more difficult to pilot, and they are also more unstable. So if G-Min is our driver and is going to recommend that we get something that is supported, then yeah, we could go with the legged one. Also, if we get stranded, we are just going to like look at whatever accident happened to our vehicle and just like, we're not going to fix it.
I mean, again, I recommend wheels more than legs.
Okay, well then, what is Ognar offering us?
He has said he will come, like when you come back with the ship, he'll give you your he'll let you know what's available. So he didn't say immediately like what he can get. He said he'll look into it.
Oh right,
Okay,
we were about to start a combat before you came back.
Yes.
Oh, but that's right. You've got weird pustule thing stealing
Lava
your back.
minox, as we call them.
So if we switch over here to this lava field, you'll see the very tail end of your ship here with the engine. And Jamin, right, you switched over? Perfect. Is that the token you want to use? By the way?
that's the combined leitmotif / Jamin token. Because again, my leitmotif is humanoid in form, and I just occupy where the head spot would be on the leitmotif when I'm walking around, so that like if I need to manipulate objects, I use my psychokinetic force, but the leitmotif also reaches out and does things, so it's like we're acting as one. So that then when we separate, it's like my head just goes floating there in the air, and the leitmotif body just goes wandering off.
So this is like Labyrinth.
Yeah, in the worst song of the movie, sure.
So these creatures, these flaming, these weird flaming lampreys are sucking at the ship, and you're gonna attack one. Go for it. Roll initiative if you don't mind. Wait, no. For some reason, I'm absolutely spacing on how. No, don't you guys go, then they go. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm unprepared for this fight that I'm starting, so it doesn't really matter in the long scheme of things.
It does not. What would you like to do?
As I said, I'm going to use my psychokinetic attack to rip it off of the ship and toss it.
All right.
I roll my will and psyche versus your defense.
I'm double checking what this creature's defense is. Where did I put it?
Oh, speaking of initiative, I had a quick question.
Dodge. Yeah. Or not Rafferty. That's Rafferty.
But if you manage to give yourself 4 dice for initiative by having both danger sense and a walking pet, can you roll initiative and get focus?
He's on sound only, so maybe he left. Like maybe he left his computer area.
True.
So.
Okay. I'll ask him later in text chat.
All right. So this is its dodge with its speed. And how far away are you? Would you say are you within short range?
I'd have to be. So, hold on.
All right, just making sure. These creatures
right
are.
I didn't know the scale of the map before. I didn't measure, so yeah, I'd have to be that far away.
No worries. Yeah. The only thing is these creatures have the serpentine ability, so that they gain concealment greater than short range.
Well, I have to be at short range because that's the range of my attack.
Yeah, so that's perfect. So here's its rolls. The high number is a 5, so you have 1 success.
Yep. So damage +1, #warp, and it is knocked down, which I assume means off of the ship, and then pushed to any point near them up to 3 meters. So
which direction
is
would
it
you like
immune
to
to warp? Is my question.
Let's see. Is it immune? It is not immune to warp.
All right,
no.
so it takes 3 points of damage, 4 points of damage. So
All right,
4
points of damage. It has a soak of 2d8 and 2d6. So that is 2 successes. So it took 4 damage, you said?
Right, so it takes 2 damage effectively, which means it's reeling, it is hurt, and it is panicked. Yeah, any space 3 meters away from the ship is what I'm going for, so...
Yeah, that's what I was just pushing it off to the side.
And then I... guard. I'm going to guard.
Injured, panic, and hurt. All right, you're guarding?
Yeah.
All right, this creature is hurt, injured, panicked, and reeling, correct?
It's not injured, no.
It's not injured.
Injured would have been 3 points of effective damage. I only did 2. So it is reeling because it took any damage at all. It is hurt because it took 1 damage. And it is panicked because it took 2 damage.
Yep. So it is panicked and hurt, and then you fall into guard. So it will be these two. So that creature, this guy right here, will recover from reeling, and it will... What is it going to do? It is going to scramble 2d8.
Just a reminder that it cannot attack me while it is panicked.
Yeah, I know. That is why it's scrambling.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure before you made an action what you might not be able to do.
That's why it is scrambling, and it scrambles over to this lava flow, and oh wait, it was knocked down though, correct?
Yes.
So does it have to spend... Is it an action to get up? So it'd be an action to get up, and then an action to stop, or an action to stop reeling, then an action to stand up?
That is correct, unless you want to attack while you're on the butt.
But you can't because you're panicked. I'm going to be honest with you, I've never knocked anyone down before, so it's like you asked the question, and I'm like, oh.
It would probably recover from reeling and stand back up, and that's it.
Yeah, that's all it can do. The other one, however, detaches itself from the ship, puckering itself off, and turns to you, and is going to... It's got medium range, and so you are within... Medium range is 30 feet, correct?
Yeah.
So it is going to... It turns towards you, and it kind of convulses again in the opposite direction, and a gout of flame shoots out at you. It's making a fire ray attack.
All right, I need you to...
It's going to aim and then fire.
I need you to also drag out the leitmotif token.
Do you want me to give the double token, like where you have...
I don't know why I asked you. I can do it.
What?
So I don't know why I asked you. I can do it. Although it doesn't need to be resized.
Because here's those 2 tokens, so here I can...
Oh, you're asking if I want the one and the other. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, do you want the head as well? So
yeah. So I'm
Man,
right there.
who knew when you park in the illegal spots, your ship gets eaten? Who knew?
Oh, shoot. Sorry, I deleted the wrong one. Alright, I am guarding.
You have it back?
The motif is not. Yeah, if you can get rid of the... Never mind, I got rid of it. Alright, well, anyway, the point being is that since you've attacked me, my elite motif automatically moves 30 feet forwards to my attacker. So, that's you.
Okay.
But I'm going to defend with redirecting counter.
Okay. So, it will attack with 3d8.
Then I have a bonus d8 because I am guarding.
And an additional 1d12 because it aimed. And this
It's a
creature
veteran,
is a
apparently.
veteran.
All right.
It is.
So I'll wait to see yours.
I got an 8, 2 5s, and a 2.
Hold on. What is that one? That one is a D8. I guess I think have I declared favorite use yet? Because if not, obviously it's going to be redirecting counter. I have not. Favorite use for Psyche, redirecting counter.
All right.
Tapping enigmatic, my personality for D12.
All right.
There we go.
Here's a nice little range bar. Boom.
So I've beaten your 8 now.
All right, you have beaten my 8, but you have had to tap everything to do so. So here's a question. This attack has sweep.
But you didn't hit me though. I've hit you.
I know, but now it's hit itself. Does that mean it can sweep from itself to your leitmotif?
I don't think so. I mean, I get the idea that you hit yourself with your thing, but that'd be hard.
Well, no, that's a good question. If you did you hit yourself?
Yeah, that's the question.
Actually, the assimilate is a problem. You hit yourself, which means you sent yourself reeling, which means you're done. If you're sent reeling, right, your turn ends. So
how much damage do you do to yourself?
The question is though, what if it's invulnerable to fire?
Do you do damage plus 0 or damage 0? What
first,
are you?
It's damage plus 1. Yeah.
First, so you've dealt damage.
Your damage. How much damage are you doing?
Damage plus 1.
Okay, so plus 1. So how many successes did you score on yourself?
Well,
I've done one success, so that's 2 points of damage.
Yes. Okay, so it's a 2-point hit. Subtract your invulnerability. How much invulnerability do you have?
2.
2 points?
Yep.
Well, wait. Hold on. Sorry, Raph, I'm going to interrupt real quick. You said he's invulnerable to fire, not that he has invulnerability. If you have hashtag
invulnerability,
okay.
Invulnerability 2 versus fire and ray attacks.
Right. See, he has subjective invulnerability. So here's what happens. He shoots at you. You redirect it back at him. He takes 2 points of damage. But he has 2 points of invulnerability to his own attack. If you have invulnerability, you subtract that first. I mean, this is one of those games. 2 minus 2 is 0. If you reduce the damage to 0 because of invulnerability, you're not reeling. He's not reeling. He hit you. He can still sweep.
Are we now just stuck in a loop until he hits me then?
No, there's no double jeopardy. If he sweeps, he has to pick a different target.
Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot my leitmotif was the subject of discussion.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm wondering. Yeah, so I'm wondering if it's like he's shooting at a mirror essentially because you're redirecting it, and then he like shifts, and then the redirects from him to that.
You're the GM. I could see you could make the case of because he's not stunned by his own attack, he could just project it off of himself and spew it at the leitmotif. But but one rule we always have in Cardinal games is no double jeopardy. He couldn't pick a target who's already been involved in all of this.
Yeah, the only reason why I was thinking it was sweep because then he's right next to this leitmotif.
Go for it. I have no problem with this.
So,
let me check. I just want to double check the terminology between sweep because I want to make sure if it's like if it says something like if you hit your target or something.
Sweep is if you hit your target. Sweep is if you hit, you can hit a second target. If you want to rule to see who was counterattacked, he didn't hit, then we're done.
Yeah, because that's what I want to double. I want to make sure that's not the situation.
It's your call. You're the game host here. Redirecting counter is by definition a weird power that players aren't supposed to have. But
players can have it. It's literally.
But Theta finds a way.
Theta likes his mutant gifts.
It does say if you hit with your first attack roll, and since it didn't hit,
we could just be done and move on. Make the game go faster.
Moving on. All right, that's the 2 of them. So it's now back to you.
Okay, first action. I'm going to. Well, first I'm going to get rid of guarding on me. I am going to use the control action to control my leitmotif to have it attack this thing.
Okay.
Good hit.
Holy smokes! Nice.
Yeah, I mean it's not
That is
very
a-
much though. It's since it has 2 invulnerability. That's just enough to get the vulnerable on it, I assume.
This is. I need to. It
It
doesn't
has
have
vulnerability
any.
versus fire and raise. So what are you hitting it with?
Oh, well, I mean it hasn't defended yet. I'm still waiting
Yeah,
to see.
I'm just double checking it. It doesn't have a counter. That's all I was checking. So it's just going. It just has to dodge. It's only got 2d8s. So, you're good.
So that's well. All right, so flat damage means all that horrible roll of yours does nothing for me.
Absolutely horrible roll.
So you have no outstanding things on you, which means finish does nothing. So we're just looking at 2 damage vulnerable.
This creature doesn't have any vital spots since it's just a flaming creature. So it ignores finish, penetrating, slaying, and vulnerable. Since it's just a
Still
creature of fire.
2 damage from warp then.
All right, so it soaks. Oh, that was something. Oh. So it soaks 1, so it is now hurt.
Hurt and reeling.
Hurt and reeling.
All right, that was my first. I know I have an attack of my own, which is again my psychokinetic attack. So,
Against this one here, I assume, right?
Yeah.
That's within
yeah,
short.
I'm splitting my attentions up. Actually, is that within short? That's a good question. Because I did fling you. Yeah, it's outside of that range. Armed opponent. I think I can. Is there any unattended objects around me?
There's lots of piles of scrap on a lot of these platforms.
You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I was thinking that if there was an unattended object within 10 meters of me, I could then fling it an additional 10 meters, but apparently both objects have to be within 10 meters of me. I can't extend the range. So yeah, I guess I am just going to guard.
Okay.
So
How does someone recover from panicked?
They
have to be rallied, correct?
Or get out of line of sight of the thing.
You either you're rallied, but so what they're supposed to do is you're supposed to recover from reeling and run away and get out of line of sight, and you can come back next round.
So it is going to scramble away.
Yep.
And
it wasn't injured, right? It's only hurt.
It is only hurt, yes.
Okay, injured guys usually don't come back.
Yep. So it is going to dive into this lava flow and disappear under there to get away from line of sight.
Yeah, it might even come back after that because it might just be after simple stuff. Because hurt is bruised. That's not a big deal. Injured is a
seriously
big deal.
Hurt.
Yeah, it might not want to come back after that.
This other creature over here is reeling, so it will recover from reeling. It is hurt, and there's this creature in front of it. Could attack your elite motive. What is it going to do? It doesn't really have a good melee weapon. So it has used its fire ray. So it will, it's actually just going to guard this turn.
Okay.
It's just going to get rid of reeling and guard. It's back to you.
Well, then I will use the control action to have my leitmotif attack it again.
So it got an 8.
Was that just dodging?
Yeah, it's just dodging.
Yeah, you have to declare what it's doing for your roll.
Oh, I already said earlier it doesn't have any sort of counter.
Okay, yeah, my bad then. My bad.
It only has one option.
So if you tie in a dodge roll, you need to find some cover to break the tie or something.
It does have, this entire ship worth of cover, so it will it will kind of just float and scramble on with its flaming body, across the other side using all the various pieces of the engine.
So we usually do the Warhammer thing if you move it like 1 meter or 1 pace closer to cover or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, and then I will scramble.
Okay.
3. Good times. I'm done.
All right. You're done. Ah, drat. It is going to use a recharge action it's going to use its recharge to recharge its attack, and it's going to shoot your light motif with its fire ray. Right, because the recharge is an action, so it won't be able to aim if it wants to also attack. Correct?
That is correct. So it,
all right,
and then
so it fires. And the high number is 8, and I've also got a 7 and a 3.
Nah, you're just out of my range, so it's gonna dodge.
All right.
All right. Well, you hit me with 1.
I've hit by 1, so this is 2 damage. It also has. Let me copy this. It's also got. So it's damage +1, hashtag finish, scorch, burning, vulnerable. I assume your light motif might be immune to some of these?
Don't think so.
No?
No, it takes everything.
Yeah, so
well,
we're just
then.
looking at... Well, burning is an effect that applies damage later. Right now, scorch and +1 are the only things that matter, so it takes 4 damage.
Yeah, they're pretty fragile.
Let's see, so... Dying.
They're fragile and also strangely resilient. You can just bring them back unless they get overkilled.
Yeah. So it returns to exospace.
Oh, does it not have soak?
No.
No.
So just leave it there, because it might come back, and there's no reason to have to go through this whole drag it back out on the board business.
All right.
Yeah, they're easy
drag
to
it
kill,
away.
but he can keep spending his actions to bring them back until they take a phenomenal amount of damage.
Okay. So this creature convulses again and blasts it with fire, and it explodes into bursts of light, and is gone. What are you going to do?
I take a focus action.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Is that it? No, that's it. Okay.
And then when it started your turn... Sorry, I was watching Magic the Gathering earlier. On
Yeah,
the start of
the
your
start of
turn, I break focus to do an equip action to bring my lead
Whoa,
motif back
he's
out.
so focused. What are you doing?
I said I break focus to take an equip action to... Basically, my body reforms under me as my lead motif comes back into form.
Okay.
So drag it back on out down here.
Is that how it re-summons?
Yeah, I have to take a focus action, and then I can use an equip action after that to deploy it again. So that's how it's back. It is back again.
All right. This creature here, if a giant creature of fire can look confused, it probably certain.
I'm a little confused. Yeah. It takes 2 turns to do that. There's no focus action. You take a focus turn.
I took a focus turn, and then they did their thing. Or
they
start. No, I mean they didn't do their thing. I took a focus turn, and then their turn started, and they were about to do something, and I used my focus to equip it.
No, you have to use focus to recharge.
Oh, okay. That's a misunderstanding on my part then. So
yeah,
rewind.
So you can take a focus turn, and then when you have focus, you can use focus, because there's using an action to recharge something, and there's using focus to recharge something.
I thought it was just you had to take the focus round.
You have to use focus to recharge.
All right, I've done that. Drag it back.
So the focus is something he burned to recharge the action.
There are some abilities, like for True Dawn Scream, you can recharge anything that takes a single action. Some abilities require focus. This would be a lot more powerful if he had like a leader who was true leading him and giving him focus and pumping him full of power. That's what keeps him
because
from doing that. Yeah.
Because then he could have been focused, summoned his leitmotif, and with his action on that same turn.
Right. So he takes a focused turn, hoping to live long enough till next turn to recharge it. All right.
Can recharge actions only be taken once, by the way?
Only
You
one
can
action
only-
per turn.
Yeah, you can only do one type of action, one type per turn.
Sorry, yeah,
So
I
you
meant
only
that's what I
recharge
meant.
once per turn.
One type of action a turn. Can't double down on attacks. Can't double down on recharges. None of that.
Yeah. The only rule of action economy in this game is you can never do the same action twice. You can't scramble twice or shoot twice or guard twice or whatever.
Okay, cool. So this creature here will then use its recharge to recharge its fire attack, and then it is going to guard.
Well, I mean, you can also attack me again.
Now it is your turn, Theta.
But the other one, okay, the other one's gone, I guess.
The other one has not reappeared.
All right, equip action. Drag it back.
You're muted.
I'm not muted.
You're muted.
I'm not muted.
Or not, Rafferty.
Oh,
My bad. First, you spend the focus to recharge it. Boom, it's recharged.
I've done that.
Equip action, bring it back. You have a second action.
Yeah. Sorry, could you not hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. You just weren't saying it right.
Well, because I'd already done everything on a previous turn, so there's no reason to rehash what I've already done.
You have another action. What are you doing with it?
Oh, I was in the middle of it, and then Eli started telling me he couldn't hear me. Or then he was talking about you. You're all confusing me for no reason.
I saw Rafferty speaking, and
I would be done my turn already if you weren't interrupting me. I guard. I'm done.
Okay.
All right. So this creature is going to fire attack at your. Is it currently combined with you, or is it its own thing?
Well, I mean, it's standing there like it looks like we're all in one, but it's technically its own thing still. Because we're not. That's not actually a thing. It's not ever actually part of me mechanically. I'm just theming it that way. Sorry.
No. I like that. I like it. So this creature will fire at will aim and then fire at your leaf motif.
All right. It will dodge.
All right.
Let me see that roll.
Nope, that's shift, not enter. High number is a 10.
Now I got 8s, so you've
So
done
one hit.
4 damage again. Goodbye, leitmotif. Good times.
It will then sweep into you.
And I will redirect and counter.
Does aiming count as
Not
a
twice.
sweep bonus?
Only on the
For the
first one.
sweeping?
You aim, you pick one target to get the bonus against.
Okay. That is a high number of an 8 against you there, Jamin.
Oh, you hit me. So this is still
You got
4
anything
damage,
you could-
plus 1 because I'm a mutant, which means you've done 5 damage to me. I guess that dissonant character that I always wanted to try out again is coming back!
Did
Do you have any
just
soak?
get killed?
Wait, did you just die?
No, I haven't soaked yet. I just mean that you're
Oh.
doing 5 damage to me, and I've got very minimal soak.
And he keeps selling back his combat sword.
Nope, I'm gone. Cool!
Wait, you're just dead?
I'm dead!
Every character gets a gift called Combat Save. It's get out of death free. And every time, Theta asks if he can sell it back. And you're supposed to tell him no.
You don't have to tell me no. It's my responsibility for my own character.
He's dead now.
So this beam of molten fire hits you, and there's something about just the rock that you were made from that just, it's a low melting point, and you came to a lava planet, and it just
Not getting that shit
Flag.
back.
Well, it's like we didn't see the sign to say, don't park here, lava worms. I mean, hey, that's a great parking spot. I wonder why no one else took this.
Hey, in all defense, that servant's free now.
that could be your next character, the servant.
Well, does he wait for us to come back, or does he get the ship and fly away? Or do the worms just eat the freaking ship?
Oh no, remember the servant's not on the planet. The servant is on the cavalcade.
That's right. I keep forgetting he's far. Well, he's gonna get some good news now.
All right, well,
So
I gotta be right back. So let's transition back to the rest of the crew that has no idea what the fuck is happening.
Well,
transitioning.
we're done negotiating with Ognar. I guess we got to go back and get the ship, and we're going to be in for a rude surprise.
Yep. So, should we wait for Artlog to get back?
What's the? Oh, it cracks me up.
Well,
That's
it's
what
perfect.
happened when Raktus dies. Beautiful, G-Man.
Always ask, can I sell it back? And then he gets instantly killed. Cracks me up. Every time. I mean, it's just as a note, guys. If you get your own copy of Myriad Song, yes, it is this deadly. Yes, we give you a protection. Yes, Theta always sells his protection back.
I knew something like this was going to happen. It would just be weirdly lucky, and then. But
I have stories, but we love you, Theta. We really do.
he can't hear us at all. he'll watch the video later, and he'll hear our
So, when we get back to the ship? It's not just that G-Min's been killed, but I assume the lava worms suck the fissionable energy out of our ship, possibly melting it in the process.
So you two have just gotten back from a great negotiation session with Ognar. He's going to supply you with a vehicle. You've got this great mission. Everything seems lined up.
Easy money.
And you're walking back, and you see this. It looks like Jamin is laying on the ground outside on the back of the ship. And from here, it looks like there's several points on the back near the engine where there's been either serious heat scarring, and it looks like it's starting to melt just a little bit.
We don't see the cause of this damage.
Well, the first thing that's usual is that G-Min's not floating in the air. That's the first usual part.
The first thing.
I guess when well, okay, you've got the big death weapon. Cover me. I'll go in and investigate.
All right, so you creep forward, and as you kind of get around and start, you guys can drag your tokens on if you'd like to. You don't have to. You start investigating, and you get around a certain angle, and you can see that Jamin has
what's his name?
Ezreal.
Ezreal moves. Neferu's taking a focus turn.
Okay. You guys probably start somewhere over here on this side or down here if you'd like it.
My token's huge.
I am the world. There you go.
Yeah, so I would just go in like cautiously and investigate.
Yeah, and you get to a certain point where you can see over, and you can see, he's got a large burn hole that looks like it's even melted some of the stone of his stone body. And you look up, and now that now that you see this kind of scarring, you see this scarring is kind of crisscrossed, or especially around here where the redirecting counter happened, and where several attacks. You see there's scarring on the ground where, I mean, these were ray sweeping attacks, so it probably, they probably still swept and tried to hit other people when they were possible. So there's lots of sweeping scar marks in this volcanic rock.
I'll use my mind and observation to try and figure out what happened here. Well,
what could have happened?
Well, it's obviously, there's several weapons that will project heat at range. Ray guns are the most common.
Yeah.
So, and I already know that our head here could redirect attacks. And I don't see any hostiles. But Jin is dead. I'm gonna go ahead and call. Actually, no. You've got sniper shot and a giant ranged weapon. You should stay back there.
All right.
I'm gonna go look around the ship as long as I'm still in LOS. I mean, are the worms
Yeah.
gone? I wouldn't know worms did this, but are the worms
Yeah,
gone?
you wouldn't know it, but you probably don't see any on the ship itself. At this point, all the energy from it has been taken. Not that you know that yet, but you're not seeing anything still clinging to the outside of the ship.
Well, I haven't gone inside the ship yet, but after
On the
I
outside, yeah, you're not seeing anything on the outside.
right, so I'll look around, see there's nobody here, and then I'll like call Arclight over.
Yeah.
Neferu over.
You see that the ship is all locked up. The entrance ramp is currently not down.
Oh, you actually had time. He had time to put the ramp back up before he left.
I locked down the ship. That's the first thing I said, in case whoever was doing the power drain was a hostile force. So I locked down the ship.
The best part of this is a total mystery. We have to. I would assume, unless Arcloid here is better at perception, that hostiles came here and used energy weapons to
kill Jamin.
Okay, so he has one success. So he might be able to tell that this isn't a ray gun or the other popular weapon are hypergolic weapons, which basically just shoot rocket fuel. Their flamethrowers that shoot rocket.
Yeah. So I'll say with this one success, you didn't like with your success and your knowledge, you wouldn't see like the burning on the ship and be like, oh, lava worms. Your first thought would be to look at the weapons, and that's how you do know. Like you're seeing these ray attacks or at least the scarring.
Yeah, and I would just say
it looks inconsistent with any normal weapon that you know. So your only assumption would be that creature or.
Yeah, it smell like hypergolic chemicals, and there's no ionization ozone smell in the air, so it wasn't a plasma. It was probably a plasma cannon, according to her, and not a ray gun or a hypergolic.
Wow!
But even with your one success, you don't even think it's a plasma cannon. You're kind of you're baffled by these marks because you don't know of any weapon. You've had a lot of experience with weapons, and so you've been to every weapon shop to before you decided to test your ray gun or your rail gun. So
yeah, it's not consistent with either ray guns or plasma guns. It's like, wow, okay, well, so G-Man is weird.
Some would say enigmatic.
Yeah, right. He is a fourth dimensional being. He could have attracted. I mean, who knows whether fourth dimensional beings could? Because mutants can be able to do anything. So, but the ship is locked up. Now I have to pause here and think. Well, how are we going to open the ship? So G-Man was just killed.
There's no power.
G-Man, for the record, you're just dead, not overkilled, right?
Dead. 5 points of damage. None of it soaked.
Phew. Okay. I love how I'm like relieved of this because if you were overkilled, you could have been completely obliterated.
Wait. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not dead. I'm not dead. I'm dead. I am dead, but I'm not dead. I have the gift of cybernetic body. You can rebuild me.
Oh, you're cybernetic?
Yeah. What do you think? I'm stupid? I'm not gonna let you kill me. I sold back combat save. That'd be insane.
Well,
I know this crew has no craft gifts, but whatever. Take me back.
Not only do we not have any craft gifts, but you don't have cybernetic mind. You just have cybernetic body. So we can rebuild the body. It just won't be you. Well, we just scrape the brain out, toss it aside, put a different brain in.
I'm just saying, according to the rules, the mechanics of the game say you can bring me back.
Well, technically, if we...
Hey, I'll be even more enigmatic.
Then we can get him a cybernetic brain by slicing up the brain he has.
I think it's only for the brain part. It's not for the body part.
No, it's the body part.
Wait, let's... When you're hit by an attack, you may exhaust this gift to
not going to do that
by 1 point.
Not doing that.
He'd rather die.
No, it's the body part. Hold on.
No. So this is what it says.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about tapping it. I'm not tapping it. You can let that go.
Yeah, no. If you become dead, you instead become unconscious. You must be repaired, which takes an hour. Requires one electrical spare and one electric and one mechanical spare, and 3 successes of mind and craft.
So yeah, I mean, I'm unconscious, due to being rendered dead, but I'm not completely gone.
Okay, so he wasn't overkilled, so he's not actually dead.
Now, I mean, if you just want to complete the spell and say, oh man, we'll give him a Viking burial, toss him in the lava, that would do it.
Well, when Arcloid comes to check you, he can tell that. I rolled nothing. So, okay. So no, he's barely alive.
Yeah, there's still power here. So she'll pick up the nugget and...
Okay, this requires 1 hour, takes an electrical spare, a mechanical spare, and requires 3 successes on mind and craft.
And our crafter is not here.
Yeah.
I mean, in order to get 3 successes, you have to have at least some skill.
A decent amount of skill.
To be fair, when we formed up, we had a crafter. This wasn't a crazy idea.
Well, thank goodness you weren't over. Good thing you weren't overkill.
You know why else it's good that he's not overkilled? If this ship uses physical keys, we wouldn't have been able to loot them back.
That's why I'm glad he wasn't overkilled, because it means he
true.
still has the keys to get the ship open. Well, the ARFID to get the ship open. So, but the problem is we can't get the ship open because the ship's completely dead of power.
Yeah, so you get the keys off of him. You go to Jamin, and then that's when you realize, oh, wait, he's not dead. We can probably repair this damage. And then you take the key in.
Yeah.
No reaction.
Most likely, like I said, it's one of those RFID chips that you just wave in front of the ship, but it's not going to open.
Yeah, there's usually there's a light on that, like when you get near it, it'll activate, and that's where you scan. And
yeah,
the light's not even on.
Nothing's happening. Yeah. Well, in theory, we could open up the manual and start cranking, but the ship's out of power. There's no point in even opening it up. Unless is your gear on board?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you're able to carry all your gear, right, Nefero?
Yep,
Yes.
and I'm able to carry all mine. So
and the body she has, she can carry all her gear as a burden.
Right. Which you're doing everywhere, and I'm also doing. So, well, this has put a snafu in our situation because I don't even know where Griffin is. So
what are you gonna do?
We gotta find somebody to repair his life support suit before he starves to death.
Well, we are on a planet full of scroungers who probably have craft.
You are on a planet full of scroungers.
Well, let's go find a master craftsman who can repair our friend. You are already burdened to the gills, aren't you, Niffer?
I can carry 20 more kilograms and still be just regularly burdened.
Yeah, well, our friend here weighs more than that.
Yeah, that's about 45 pounds.
That's only about 45 pounds. Our friend here weighs at least 60 kilos and probably more since he's got a cybernetic body.
Well, I'll still carry him as an overburden because it doesn't limit my movement any more than regular burden does, and I'll just put him down if we have to fight.
Okay, let's get out of here. Well, this is going to embarrass us in front of Ognar because our team has gone down from 5 to 2. Plus, this is our driver. But actually, what makes me more nervous is somebody once told me somebody must have come here with weapons and attacked the ship in such a way. I love the irony of this. In such a way that they knew how to disable our ship. In other words, they came here, disabled the ship, and killed G-Men. So
it seems very targeted. It's like someone's coming after you.
Right. We would have no idea this was like lava worms. Unless the guy we take him to says this looks like lava worm damage. So, and they might not know. Well, actually, they might know what lava worm damage is. So now we got to go. How far are we from civilization? Like the nearest junk? Are we in a junkyard?
You're in a junkyard essentially.
Okay, somebody let us land here.
Yeah.
I guess G-Man was breaking the ship in case someone tried to salvage it, because it's prime salvage. It's in pretty good condition. It used to be. But this apparently is not a good junkyard. Oh, we don't go to that junkyard. It's infested with lava worms. Let's see if we can find somebody.
All right.
Yeah, ask around.
That would be mind and questioning, I would assume.
Yeah, mind and was that questioning? Yep.
I have 2d6 on this. Are you any better?
I don't think so. I think I am remarkably worse.
All right. So would I be better off asking you for a assist or to go hands off on this?
Oh no, actually, I have a D4 and a D6, so I'll assist. Sorry, I forgot. I'm a human.
And are you asking for assistance, or you asking for?
We need to hire somebody to fix this guy. We need to buy a mechanical spare and electrical spare and fix our friend's cybernetic suit.
Okay. So that's you did get one success on the aid or the assist, right?
Yeah. So when we go looking for people, it's like you don't have to bother those people.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we might be able to find some kind of bazaar or like flea market show of people.
With two successes, you are able to you're able to find someone that can assist you. You're looking around, and sure enough, they're like it's better than one success. So you have a little bit of options, but you do find what looks like a large scrapyard. Like kind of there's a large opening in the very center where a lot of these IoT are gathering. It looks like these are the ones that do scrounge around all these. When the planet gets huge shipments of scrap, they search through it for all the valuable parts, and then we'll gather them at these sort of flea markets. And so you're seeing other races as well kind of move through and pick out pieces. You're finding parts of like exotic weaponry. You're seeing people that have like broken Xenharmonic weapons and are like, no, it's good as new. I swear, I've fixed it. And there's like all these like rusted pieces added to them. Basically, everything here probably has a mod of some kind going on it, and sometimes it's not a useful mod whatsoever, but someone thought it was cool or found the mod and was like, it's the only thing I can put it on. So you are seeing some people that look like they have like C-3PO in the Phantom Menace, where he's got some pieces of his body, but it's mainly like loose wiring, or what's the newest one where they go to the
Salt Planet?
It's in one of the new episodes, but they also run into a
Star Wars and a pile of horseshit.
Yep.
Anyways.
Jimmy, a quick question for you. Do you have any spares in your inventory?
No. I don't actually have an inventory other than the outfit.
Oh, well, you should start carrying spares in your inventory. Okay. Finding spares is probably pretty easy. They only cost 1 note apiece, so buying those would be easy, but we would actually have to hire somebody to fix him. And
yeah, there's certainly a lot of spare parts here. If there's one thing this planet has, it's spares.
Yeah, so hiring somebody is going to be the difficult part.
We'll just take it off of his share.
Oh, yeah.
That's another thing. We didn't destroy his notes.
Yeah, you don't leave video logs. You leave audio logs.
Yeah. And
okay.
it just at the end, it always trails away. Guys, there's something happening on the outside of the ship. I'd better check it out.
Okay, so we need to find at least an expert. A specialist or a master would be better at it, but we need to find at least an expert in cybernetics. Do we find somebody? And cybernetics aren't that rare. in the sci-fi world, because I imagine there's a lot of like robots around here. So do we find an expert who can try to help us?
You actually you found what this you're looking around, and are either of you skilled in robotics?
Well, that's
No.
why we were doing the questioning role. We need to find somebody who can say
Like,
they
I'm
can fix
wondering if you would recognize like what a master or a specialist or an expert
That's what
looks
the
like in there.
that's what the questioning is for, where we say, hey, can you fix, we go around asking people, hey, can you fix this? And if you don't know someone who fix this, do you know someone who could? The next question after that's the money. I mean, are you asking, are we going to find someone who rips us off? Well, we rolled 2 successes, so that's up to you if you think we're going to find a rip-off artist or not. Questions
Yeah, if they trip my streetwise, we might not want to go to them.
Yeah, right. I mean, we have a streetwise guy who can recognize a rip-off artist.
So you can recognize a rip-off artist, and the first few people that you do run into do seem like rip-off artists, and yeah, I mean, you quickly step away from them, and then you feel like you found the right one. You approach one of these IoT, and the first thing that gives you a good sense that they might be the right person is almost everything that they have is replaced with various different cybernetics. Cybernetic eyes. You see, in addition to the 6 arms that they usually have, there's additional, like most of those have been replaced with cybernetics, except for one, and an additional 2 other arms of what looks like almost different races have been attached to him as well. And he, ah, ah, this is something that I can repair. Yes, you have come to
Okay.
Vokir. Vokir, help